Hello everyone, Becca at So Darn Twisted here with the newest episode of the Junk Journal Jargon Explanations. Today we're going to focus on things that are made to go into journals or as standalone objects. And you'll hear a lot of names bandied around for things when you're new, and a lot of them you'll go, I have no idea what that is, and that's completely fine because neither did I. So the one you'll probably hear talked about the most is folios. And folios come in many different shapes and sizes. You can have everything from mini folios through to really big kind of standalone items. But the idea of a folio is usually the fact that it folds out and it has lots of pockets, places to store things. So that's an example of a mini folio that you can glue into a journal or stick it in a pocket, stick it in a belly band, you know, as is the case with a few of these things. So here's another example where these are just decorated pages, and then inside you have pockets and things going on in here. So usually it's lots of pockets, lots of places to stash things, you know, generally. So you can have ones that have pockets on the back as well. So these would definitely be sort of big things that you would either put into something like a big belly band, or you would have them as a standalone product, really, a decoration, you know, whatever you want to do with them. But that's just a simple, you know, 3-pocket, but still looks nice and robust. I've made about 3 or 4 of these ones now for the art abandonment project, which I think is absolutely wonderful, but I'll go into that another time. But this one has you know, kind of a waterfall pocket, whereas if I can just get hold of that, there we go. So you can stash things into the sides, things into the front. You've got pockets here, you know, pockets down there. So that's another folio. Then you have, as I say, the big kind of serious folios, as I call them. So these are usually quite chunky, quite robust. Again, pockets, decorations, things that open, you know, more pockets. And then you get into, again, the whole flap thing coming open, you know, more ephemera shoved into more pockets. This one has a hidden pocket down the side there. And then just to add a little bit extra, on the back you have your decorated pieces there. That one closes with a magnet, and then that opens up for more pockets and decorated pages. So that's quite an involved folio, and not something that you'd really put into a journal. It's really kind of a thing in and of itself. So that's the basics of folios. There are so many more varieties, but I just wanted to give you an idea that, you know, they can be everything from this to this and everything in between and more. So that's fine. The next thing you might hear is accordion pockets, and basically that is an accordion pocket. Obviously, if you've ever seen an accordion, you can see why it's called an accordion pocket. I did make a tutorial for making these with this faux leather card that I made. So you can go ahead if you want to learn how to make just a very simple pocket. These are often used, again, to stash little bits of ephemera. Another example, again, just to show that they can be many different things. So that's another example. It's kind of a crossover really between a folio and an ephemera wallet, but either way, I just like them. So that's another example there. This is another accordion pocket. That, again, I've just stashed little bits and pieces that I've made. little ephemera stamps, you know, ticket rolls, that kind of thing that I did talk about in the inks and stamps videos. And then you can go everything up to doing kind of a, you know, a really technical kind of thing. Again, all of these things have been covered in previous tutorials. So you can just, you know, you've got a little project on the go, and you don't want to have all of your folders or your boxes and everything out. You know what you want. You can just stuff some ephemera in here. If you're going somewhere, you know, and you know you're going to want to do a little bit of crafting, they're ideal again to stash some things away. And on this one, I got a bit carried away, as I do tend to do from time to time. And yeah, did it so that you've got little expanding pockets here, and you can again just stash little bits and pieces, take that wherever you're going, and again, not needing to take loads with you. So yeah, that's a few of the different types of things that you'll often see talked about when it comes to junk journaling, and hopefully this has given you an idea of what these things are. We already covered loaded pockets. No, I'm telling a lie. I have done loaded pockets, but that one isn't live yet, but it will be, because I thought it deserved its own video, and in that one I will be showing you how to actually make the loaded pocket, and not just explain what it is, because they're very, very simple to make and they look very effective in your journals. So I hope that has given you a little bit of an insight into these things. I'm sure there's probably things I've forgotten, you know, so if you think of anything, leave me a comment and say, oh, you forgot about this, because, you know, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I'm telling you what my experience is from doing this for a while. So if it's helpful, let me know. If you want to see the rest of the series, subscribe, and you'll get notified when they go up. There will also be a link at the end and in the description to my website, where you can go to find a lot of my free printables as well, that I'll be using in some of the projects coming up soon. So yeah, go ahead, grab all of those from my website. You're more than welcome to use them, and happy crafting, guys.